YouTube, this is Aisha, and this is going to be a August TBR. So I'll leave a link down below to my Austin and August TBR. And then I have 3 books to add to that. This year I'm not quite sure what Misty is reading from Jane Austen's catalog, but I'm personally going to be reading Northanger Abbey. This is the Signet Classic version, which is a lot smaller than a lot of the versions I've been seeing. So hopefully I can get through this really quickly. I remember reading this in 8th or 9th grade, and I can't remember the story, which is probably not good. Which probably means I skim read it. I read it, but I didn't really retain anything. So, and the reason being, like I said, my mom's a linguistics professor. So when I was younger, I had to read the classics, which is why now as an older person, I don't read classics. I read them when I was younger. But I want to reread Jane Austen's Northanger Abbey as part of my Austen in August. And then I have 3 books by Elizabeth Ashton that I picked up at library book sales. And I got The True Darcy Spirit, Mr. Darcy's Daughters, and which one's this? The Second Mrs. Darcy. And these are all really small. And these are based on, of course, Pride and Prejudice. And I do like Pride and Prejudice, although Emma is my favorite. And I absolutely love... No, I love Emma. But Sense and Sensibility is my favorite. So those are my 4 new additions to my Austen in August TBR. And then these are books that I hauled in my library book haul that I want to get read because I need to return them soon. So I need to read Dark Destiny by Christine Feehan. I believe I read this book when it first came out, but I can't remember the story and I don't have it marked off on my list as a book I've read. So I'm going to catch up. I have 4 books to catch up on in this entire series, and they're all chunkers. So her books are generally 400 pages. 300 and something pages. So I want to get this read so I can pick up the other books in the series. You don't have to read them in order because I most definitely did not read them in order. I read them in order when they were first coming out, and then I stopped reading them and I just started picking them up based on which stories I felt like reading. I picked up All Broke Down by Cora Carmack, which is book 2 to All Lined Up. This is book 2 in the Rusk University series, and Cora Carmack gets a lot of praise. I owned her Finding It, Losing It, whatever its series is called, and I keep saying I'm going to read it, and it keeps going on TBRs and never gets read. But this one I borrowed from the library, and I own the first one, so I'm going to read it. 10 Tiny Breasts by K.A. Tucker. I own the other books in the series, but to read those, I gotta read this. Complete Me by J. Kenner. You've seen this one before. I have the second one, which is Claim Me. And I'm not sure why I'm hesitating on reading it. I really enjoyed the first one. And I've enjoyed what I've read of the second one, but I just can't seem to be in the mood to read through it. I own the Vincent Boys, so I picked up the Vincent Brothers by Ivy Glines. So I borrowed this from the library, The Girl Who Chased the Moon. And then I went to the library book sale and found a copy for myself. So I'm going to return this to the library, but I do want to read it because I borrowed it from the library. Jojo Moynes 1+1. This sounded so amazing, and I had gotten it as a e-arc, but it expired before I got it. Way to go, NetGalley. I know it's not NetGalley's fault, it's the publisher's. I was approved for it, and the same day I was approved, it expired. So they approved it at 12 o'clock, and it expired at 12:01. So I never got to read it as an e-arc. So I want to read it and turn in my review for it. Next one I picked up is one that's been on BookTube and I've seen a lot around on the blogosphere, and that is On the Island by Tracy Garvis Graves. I met her 2 years ago at Book Expo America. I have another of her books. I can't remember the name of it, but I want to read this because a lot of people seem to love it. Although I'm not a fan of inappropriate behaviors, so I'm not sure if I'm going to like it. Wanted by J. Kenner. This is part of the Ignite series. I think this is book 1. I've always loved Jay Kenner's writing, so I'm looking forward to reading this one. And if I love it, I'll pick it up and own a copy. I picked this up. This one's called Sexual Fluidity, Understanding Women's Love and Desire by Lisa M. Diamond. This one was on Oprah a couple of years ago. And I've had an interest in sexual psychology for many, many years. And I love discussing. I'm a sex positive person. I used to teach sex positivity on college campus. So I love, I was part of the health center. So this is right up my alley. Just perfect. And the next one, the last one, is In the Black by Gregory S. Bell. And this is about the history of African Americans on Wall Street. I hauled a book about the first African American on Wall Street, and I wanted to just read more about our history. And there you have it. Those are the books that I want to read specifically in August. Everything else that I read beyond that is just bonus. I did really well last month, and I'm really, really proud of myself. I'm finally getting close to the numbers I used to read in a month, and I'm excited. So there you have it. I hope you like what you see, and I'll see you guys next month. See you guys at the end of the month. All right, thank you. Bye.